So today is September 6th, 2019. On this particular day, I got to spend a lot of time with my family, my immediate family at least, my husband and my son, and it was really nice. I actually ended up going shopping, and I went to the next town over, did some shopping, just some like errands, little things I wanted to do, and little things I wanted to pick up, nothing crazy, the bookstore, Ulta, things that I like, who doesn't like to go to Target? And so it was fun to go with my son, and we kind of hit up all the stores. Interestingly enough, before we had left, I kind of had this pretty in-depth conversation with my husband, and we were talking about how maybe we expect too much from church in general, that maybe we expect too much connection or things like that. So we were trying to kind of hash that stuff out. We've kind of been in a little bit of a transition in our life, but I felt like even though it's been really hard, it's a good thing to document that life isn't always perfect. It is hard, and you get your feelings hurt and things like that. And on this particular day, we found out that there was kind of a gathering going on, and we kind of felt a little bit excluded, even though we had made some choices to kind of exclude ourselves as well. So I know that's a really vague description, but it's probably the best that I can do. So we had this kind of in-depth conversation, and I kind of went on with my day and just decided that I had to get my things done. I'm a mom, and I just wanted to get my to-do list done. I didn't want to dwell on it. I didn't want to think about it. And interestingly enough, my husband had a conversation with somebody over the phone, and he was talking to him, and he was saying, sometimes the enemy, who whatever you consider Satan, the devil, things like that, I always say the enemy, because it's a really good visual to me in my head. Off topic, but this gentleman he was talking to on the phone told him that, the enemy, he wants to confuse you. He wants to bring you down and confuse you and make things harder for you. And I never thought about the fact that you can make perfectly good decisions, feel like you're transitioning, that you're going on in your life, and then the enemy will still come in and confuse your mind and make you think, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that, well, why weren't you told about this, or whatnot. And I never thought about it that way. I never thought that the enemy could take something that you already put to good, that God already made good, that you already prayed for weeks actually about, that I never thought that something that you prayed about and you saw made into good, that the enemy could come in and kind of confuse your mind still. And it was just kind of this eye-opening, almost like prophecy. You can do everything right, you can make all these good decisions, but you know what? We still live in somewhat of a broken world. And even though you're making decisions based on what you think is right, and God is answering your prayers and everything is going well, sometimes the enemy is still going to sneak in and try to pull you away. And the weird thing was that as my husband told me this, it really occurred to me that he wouldn't go after something that wasn't valuable. I really think that he was trying to kind of pull us back, to make us look at something that we thought we had resolved and be upset about it all over again. And I felt like there were some things that you just have to draw a line in the sand and say no. Not today, Satan. You are not going to win, and you do not get to come in here. And that's kind of what happened today. Honestly, I think it just kind of opened my eyes to the fact that you have to fight every day. That you don't just wake up in the morning and everything's perfect because you made all the right decisions last night. when you truly wake up with a brand new day and you feel fresh and alive and things like that, it would be smart to assume that you would be persecuted on that day as well. And I think for some reason I thought that like we were good, we were safe. Like we had made these decisions, decided to transition to a different place or a different environment, and for some reason I thought that like the devil can't get me there. But when you think about it, he can get you anywhere. And it's just a matter of how you handle it. He will confuse you. He will try to deviate your eyes from what God wants for you. And if God's telling you to move in this certain direction and he knows that there will be amazing good that comes out of it because God works everything for good, he will definitely try to pull you away and pull you on the path that he knows that leads you away from him. And we have to be on guard and ready for the fight. It never really occurred to me that it was daily. Never occurred to me that tomorrow he could come after me again, even though I already made decisions to go this other direction. He was still going to try to pull me the way he wants me to go because he wants me to go away from God. He wants my life to be harder. That's what he wants. He wants us to cherish the world instead of cherishing God and what he has done for us. So that was what happened today. That's how God changed me. He just pointed this little tiny thing out. So then tomorrow when I wake up, I'm a little bit more prepared than I was today when I woke up. And I'm so grateful. And even though like it was hard to go through the thing today and it was hard to feel excluded, I feel like I'm gonna let God work this for good. I'm not gonna let Satan win. I'm not gonna let the enemy have that power. I'm gonna give it all back to God and let him work everything for good. And tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be a little bit different than I was today. But I know that he's gonna be with me tomorrow, just like he was today. Thank you guys for coming over. Thank you for listening. And I will see you in my next brand new video. Remember that God's always here for you, and I'm here too. Bye for now.